What is Facebook and who owns it? Facebook is an online social networking platform which was founded by Mark Zuckerberg and his fellow students of Harvard University in 2004, 16 years ago. Facebook is the #1 social network in the world, with almost 2.6 billion users globally. Facebook is where you can message your friends, post your selfies, or expand your business through your profile. It is such a huge platform now, but did you know that Mark's first idea was a site called FaceMash, which flopped badly? Harvard's administrators didn't like the idea, and it was so bad that his project got shut down and he was threatened with being expelled. If you loved the video, please make sure to smash that subscribe button and like the video for more exciting content. Number 5. Who is Mark Zuckerberg? Mark's full name is Mark Elliott Zuckerberg. As of now, you might know he is the founder of the famous social network, Facebook, but let's talk about him in more detail. He was born on May 14, 1984. He is an internet entrepreneur and a philanthropist. He co-founded Facebook and now he's the chief executive officer, chairman, and controlling shareholder. He was born in White Plains, New York, in the US, and currently his age is 36 years old. After 12 years of him dropping out of Harvard University, he finally has the college degree from the same university. He now has a net worth of $111 billion. He is happily married and has 2 children. He launched the website from his dorm room with the help of his college roommates on February 4, 2004. Originally, the site was launched only for a few select campuses, but it expanded vastly beyond campuses and garnered 1 billion users by 2012. He's currently the 4th richest person in the world and the only person on the Forbes list of 20 richest people under the age of 40. When he was in high school, he co-created an app, Synapse Media Player, which was an MP3 player which kept track of the listener's choice of songs and made playlists according to their favorites. Microsoft wanted to acquire the company and its founders, but Mark and his co-founder went to college instead. Mark has red-green color blindness, due to which the logo of Facebook is blue. Number 4. What is Facebook? This question has been asked towards Mark a lot since 2006, and the answer keeps changing. Facebook has grown from being a site where people from the same college accept each other as friends to one of the largest and most influential companies in the world. It has billions of users and has the power to affect political landscapes around the world. But still, the company's owner can't figure out how to answer this question. Let's discuss the changes and focus of the company that took place all these years since the release of Facebook. From 2006 to 2008, in the early days, Mark was far more idealistic and his talks included bringing the world together, connection with friends, and sharing things with each other. It was altogether a very different era where Zuckerberg was more willing to accept his mistakes, which ended with the rise of the company. From 2009 to 2011. At this point, Facebook had become a sharing machine. The main cause had become allowing users to share their lives in any way on the site. And this time, Zuckerberg talked about his goal of making the world more open because society has entered a new post-privacy era where information could be shared anywhere and not hoarded away. From 2012 to 2016. This was the imperial period. By this time, the world had seen how big of a business it was, and it showed no signs of slowing down. In this era, Facebook wasn't just a company that could change the world. In fact, it was already changing the world. From 2017 to 2019. At the end of 2016, and specifically after the election of Donald Trump, a dividing line was marked on the priorities of Facebook. The breakdown of the foundation of Facebook had become really clear in this era. The modern era has been really tough for Facebook, where it has been on a constant apology tour. First, for the condition of the platform is in, and secondly, for the abuse of power the bad actors were able to exploit. Number 3. When was Facebook created? Facebook is one of the biggest companies in the world right now. It has become a daily driver in millions of lives all over the world. Let's talk about how a young student making code in his dorm became one of the most powerful and influential tech firms in history. Zuckerberg started at a very early stage. When he was 11 years old, his parents hired a software developer to teach him coding. In a few years, Mark had created a software ZuckNet for his father, who was a dentist, so that he could contact the receptionist without shooting through their home. He got an offer from AOL and Microsoft as they were interested in his software called Synapse, which is basically a media player that can learn about the listener's taste of music through AI and learning habits. Ultimately, he rejected the offer and went to Harvard. This is a decision which he regrets now, which is quite unlikely because that's the origin of Facebook. He chose to do a major in psychology. In October 2003, he created FaceMash, a site for Harvard students through which students rank each other's attractiveness in order to create rankings. Unsurprisingly, many of the students didn't like this because he hadn't gotten the permission for the photos. In a few days, the site was shut down. He was almost brought to expulsion from the university, but after a public apology, he was allowed to stay. So February 2004 was when the Facebook launched. It had a profile where you could upload a photo, share your interests, or connect with other people. Number 2. Where does Mark Zuckerberg live? Mark Zuckerberg has 10 properties across the U.S., from a modest Palo Alto to a Hawaiian plantation. The one in Palo Alto is not the only house he has. He spent $59 million on 2 adjacent Lake Tahoe properties. It is the latest edition of Mark's properties. He has a total of 10 properties. He's usually known for getting in trouble or conflicts over real estate. He got into a dispute over the landlocked parcels on the plantation, and his neighbors weren't happy due to the effects of Mark's year-plus renovation on his San Francisco townhouse. He lives in a 5,000 square foot estate in Palo Alto, California. He bought the Crescent Park neighborhood home in May 2011 for $7 million. If you compare Mark Zuckerberg's $71.5 billion net worth to the 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom home, it seems quite small. Architectural Digest described it as a no-frills abode. The following year, Mark began buying 4 homes surrounding his residence, on which he spent a total of $43 million. Zuckerberg also owns a 5,500 square foot townhouse in San Francisco. In 2014, his real estate portfolio expanded to the Pacific, with $100 million spent on 2 properties on Kauai Island in Hawaii. He also spent $49.8 million for 89.2% share in Pilas Beach, which is an isolated oceanfront property. He also reportedly paid $66 million for the Kauai plantation, which is adjacent to the beach. He bought 2 adjacent private waterfront estates on Lake Tahoe for $59 million. He has another 5,322 square foot Brushwood estate, which is a 6-acre lot and dates back to the 1920s. Another property he owns is Carousel Estate, bought for $22 million. Number 1. Why was Facebook successful? Facebook has been successful for a lot of reasons. Let us discuss some of them. Since 2004, Facebook has changed a lot and has changed the world and the internet forever. Facebook is very easy for us normal people to use, which can't be said for most other platforms. All of the features in Facebook are very easy. Even your parents and older members of the family can easily access it. Due to such easiness, millions of people have embraced Facebook and used it for so long. For the various other platforms, you have to understand different things. Facebook gives constant upgrades for its users. Facebook clearly wants to evolve over time. Facebook is very addictive, which is because it has a lot of engaging features. You can like, follow, and subscribe to people. You can message, voice call, or video call. Then you can see the newsfeed. Facebook is even there for mobile platforms. When people started using smartphones and tablets, the social media didn't skip a beat and released its app as well. Facebook bought various other companies, about 77 in total, the most important of which are WhatsApp and Instagram. Facebook also went public, which people thought was absurd. Others, however, realized Facebook was cementing its place in history. Next year, Cisco believes that online videos will make up to 80% of all consumer internet traffic. While YouTube was such a platform which only used videos, Facebook also included videos. Over 500 million people watch videos on Facebook every day. And the reach of Facebook video is more than a photo. These are staggering numbers. Please subscribe to 5W and like our video, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you won't be missing our new videos.